Which one of the following numbers is the largest? You notice they are all different decimal places, so let's change them to all the same number of decimal places. This one has 3 decimal places. This one has 2, give it 1 more. This is 2, give it 1 more. This is 1, make it 3. So then you can compare. 550, 350, 305. The largest will be 500, which is option 1. Question 2, converting centimeters to meters. So 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters. If we want to convert from centimeter to meter, we are actually dividing by 100. So 3070 cm divide by 100, 1, 2, 30.7. Number 3. We need to round off to the nearest 1000. And when it's rounded off to the nearest 1000, it's this. So which is the actual number? Basically, you only have 4 options. Round off every single one of your options to the nearest 1000, just to be sure. 1000, we check the hundreds. 451. 1000, we check the hundreds. 450. 1000, check the hundreds. 1000, check the hundreds. So there we go. Option 2. Ignatius paid $10 for 200 sweets. How much did each sweet cost? So 200 sweets, $10. 1 sweet. So then you ask yourself, from 200, I want to become 1. I'm going to divide by 200. So we do the same. So $10 divided by 200. So let me change it to cents. $10 is how many cents? $1 equals to 100 cents. So $10 will be times 10, 1,000 cents. So this one will be 1,000 cents divided by 200. So I divide, cross out 2 zeros. 10 divided by 2, 5 cents. The answer is 1. We want to know which is the likely mass of a protractor. 20 kg, nope, it's a mass of a child, too heavy. 2 kg, that's like a mass of a durian maybe. Nope. 0.2 kg is a bit hard to tell. 0.2 kg is actually 200 grams. Nope, like a small packet drink is 200 grams. So this is 20 grams. Very likely to be this, option 4. Question 6. We have vertically opposite angles. If this is 120, this is 120. So angle X will be 120 minus 75. 45 degrees. Option 3. Which of the following is closest to 1? In order to find that, closest to 1 we mean that the difference with 1 is the smallest. Smallest difference. So let's find individually what's the difference. So this one, if I take 1 whole, 5 out of 5 minus 4 out of 5 is 1 out of 5. 6 out of 6 minus 5 out of 6, the difference is 1 out of 6. This one, the difference will be 1 and 1/3 minus 1, which is 1/3. This will be 1 and 2/7 minus 1 whole, the difference is 2/7. So let me compare the difference. This is 1/5, 1/6, 1/3, 2/7. Difficult to compare. Let me change the numerator to the same. So this one becomes 2/10, 2/12, 2/6. This is still 2/7. Okay, so these are the differences that we need to compare. Which is the smallest fraction? 2/12, the smallest fraction. Option is number 2. The answer is number 2. How many unit cubes are formed using the solid below? First level, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Second level, we have 1, 2, 3. Total, we have 9. Option 4. Length of a rectangle is thrice its breadth. Let me draw out the rectangle. The length is thrice 3u. The breadth 1u. Its perimeter is 288, so perimeter is length plus breadth plus length plus breadth, which is a total of 8 units. So 8 units is 288. 1 unit, 288 divided by 8. It's 36. That's the breadth, 1 unit. Option 1. Question 10. What percentage of the balloons burst? Basically what they want us to find is to find out the burst out of total times 100. So 15 balloons of each color burst. So each color is 15 plus 15. Out of the total, 60 plus 90. Afterwards, I'll take this and times 100. So this is 30 out of 150 times 100. So can cross this out. 30 and 15, 2 and 1, 20%. Option 2. We have triangle MNP and rectangle EFGH. Let's look at the statements. Angle MPN, this, is smaller than angle FHG. Next one. Area of MNP, this one, is smaller than the area of this rectangle. Oh, this we can find, right? So area of triangle, this one, half times base. Base is 3, height is 2. So half times 3 times 2, which is 3 units. Area of rectangle, 3 times 2, which is 6. So statement B is correct. Line MQ and line HF. MQ and HF divide the triangle and the rectangle equally into half. This one, yes, it divides into half, but for this, it does not. This is obviously smaller than this one. So statement C is wrong. So I did not check A, but based on this, it tells us that B is correct. So it has to be option 3. So in order to prove that statement A is correct, that this angle is smaller than this angle, so you can see this rectangle is 3 by 2, right? So if I draw a rectangle here 3 by 2, this angle would be here. Would be this. So indeed, angle MPN is smaller than angle EHG. Question 12. Firstly, let's check if the two fractions are referring to the same whole. 1/4 of the papers, 2/9 of the remaining papers. So the two fractions are not referring to the same whole, means we cannot change to the same denominator. So I will draw the model for the whole, which is 1 out of 4, 4 parts. 1 out of 4 red. 2 out of 9 of the remaining are blue. They want now the remaining to become 9 parts. So in this case, we can actually cut them up into 9. Make sure to cut this as well. Out of which 2 of them will be blue and the rest are green. What fraction of the papers are green? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 out of the total, which is 12. So 7 out of 12. Option 2. We're supposed to arrange these from the smallest to the largest. They are all different. Decimal, fraction. I will change them all. This will be the easiest for me to see. So I will change 1 and 2/5 liters. Now 2/5 liters. So I know this is 1 liter. Okay, so 2/5 liters will be 2/5 times 1,000. So this will give me 400 milliliters. How about this one? 1.25 liters. I know I have 1 liter. Over here I have 0.25. So 0.25 liters I want to convert to milliliters. Times 1,000. 250. Okay, so which is the smallest? This, or this? So 1 and liter 205 will be the smallest, followed by 1.25. So the answer is option 1. Question 14. To find the area of the shaded figure, I have a semicircle here. So half times pi times r. My r is, this is diameter, right? So my radius is 4. Times 4 times 4. Which is half times pi times 16, which gives me 8 pi. So this is 8 pi. And the triangle will be half times 4 times 4, which is 8. So in total this will be 8 pi plus 8. Option 2. Jack bought 4/5 meters of ribbon. He cut the greatest possible pieces of 1 out 7 meters each. We want to find the length of the ribbon left over. So total length is this. Each smaller piece is this. So KCF, when we do fractions division, keep, change, flip, top down. So this is 28 out of 5, which gives me 5 and 3/5 pieces of this. So this is the remainder, 3/5 of a piece. I'm left with 3/5 of a piece. So 3/5 of is times a piece, the length is 1/7. So this is 3 out of 35 meters. Option 3. 1 million and 10. So 1 million, million has 6 zeros and 10. Order operations. This is a divide or plus? Divide. So we will work the brackets first. 31. Next I'll work the division. Next I'm left with subtraction and addition from left to right. 42 minus 6 is 36 plus 31, 67. Write down one decimal between 3 and 3.1. Okay, so I have 3 and 3.1. Okay, so let me make it 3.0. Still kind of hard to see, right? What is another decimal? Let's make it 2 decimal places. So let's give it any one. It doesn't have to be this. Any decimal between this and this. So I can write 3.01, 3.02, anything. Up to 3.09. So see which one is your lucky number. I put 3.02. Write down all the common factors of 18 and 24. So just need to list down the factors of 18 and 24. So then you circle the common factors. 1, 2, 3, 6. That's it. So we list down 1, 2, 3, 6. Average of 5 consecutive numbers is 35. Consecutive means they are running in running order. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive. 3, 4 consecutive. 9, 10 consecutive. Okay? So the average is 35. Let me find the total. 35 times 5. 175. So what's the smallest possible whole number? Now if I were to draw it out, first, second, third, fourth, fifth number, okay? Between the first and the second number, because they are consecutive numbers, right? The second number will be one more than the first number. So once again, if I compare the third and the second number, the third number will be one more than the second number. So the difference will all be 1. And the total adds up to 175. So let me take away all the extra parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 175, I take away the extra parts, I'm left with 165. 165 will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal units. So 5 units will be 165. 1 unit will be 165 divided by 5. 33. What's the smallest possible whole number? That's the answer, 1 unit. 33. Find the value of 3 divided by 7, correct to 2 decimal places. They want our answer 2 decimal places, we first have to have our answer to 3 decimal places. Okay. So 3 divided by 7, if you're not sure which number is inside, which number is outside, remember right and left. Okay, so 3 will be on the right, 7 will be on the left, and you divide 3 decimal places. So 0, so this will be 4, 28. I subtract 2, bring down the next 0, 2, 14, bring down 7, 8, 8, 7, 56. There'll be a remainder. The decimal will go on and on and on, but we need to stop at 3 because we just need to round off to 2. So this is 3 divided by 7 is approximately equals to 0.428, which then we round off to 2 decimal places. We check the third. This is 0.43. This is a square and a rectangle with an overlap. So we have shaded area to the area of the square. So we have, okay, shaded is to square. Is 2 is to 5. Then we have shaded is to rectangle. Is 4 is to 7. If you notice in the diagram, your shaded part is the same. The shaded for the rectangle and the shaded for the square is repeated. So therefore, you need to make these 2 shaded parts the same. This is 4, this is 2. Let's make this 4. So I times 2. This is 4 and 10. I don't want the old one anymore. Okay, so let me make use of the diagram. Fill up. Shaded is 4 units, so I write 4U. Let's look at the rectangle. Unshaded rectangle here. The whole rectangle is 7. If the whole rectangle is 7 units, and this is 4 units, means the unshaded part is 3 units. And as for the square, the whole square is 10 units, and the shaded square is 4 units, which means the unshaded square would be 6 units. What is the ratio of the area of the square to that of the rectangle? Oh, I didn't even need to know that. Area of the square is 10, rectangle is 7. So 10 is to 7 is the answer. Next question, algebra. Muthu spent N dollars. James spent 16N and Pedrin spent 16 plus N. First statement, Muthu spent the least amount of money. That's true. Muthu is only N. The rest is definitely more than N. Definitely true. As for James, whether he spent more than Pedrin, let's compare James and Pedrin. It really depends because we don't know. Let's say if n is 1. If n is 1, James would be 16 and Adrian would be 17. Then James would be less than Adrian, right? But if n was 2, James would be 16 times 2, which is 32. And Adrian would be 16 plus 2, which is 18. So 32 and 18, James would be more than Adrian. So it really depends on the value of n, so we don't know, not possible to tell. So 7 shaded squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is shaded. So we're supposed to shade 3 more squares to form a symmetric figure. So again, the line of symmetry is diagonal like that. Let me shift this so that my line of symmetry is this way. So it's easier for me to see which one I need to shade. So this one is symmetrical, this is okay. So then I have something odd here. This one, I need to shade this one. So that's 1. This one also needs to be shaded here. So that's 2. This one as well. So that's 3. The 3 squares. For every 3 adults, there were 11 children. So they didn't write it like a ratio for you, but when they say for every 3 adults, there were 11 children, that is our ratio. Adults is to children, that is 3 is to 11. So there were 32 more children than adults, so the difference between adults and children. So 11 minus 3 is 8. So 8 units is 32. 1 unit will be 32 divided by 8, which is 4. How many adults were there at the party? 3 units. 12. $30, 20 cents and 10 cent coins. He exchanged all the 10 cent coins for 20 cent coins. And then he had 18 20 cent coins after the exchange. So he lost how many coins because of the exchange? His coins reduced by 12. Now, 2 10 cents were exchanged for 120 cent, right? So for every exchange that he makes, he loses 1 coin, isn't it? 2 coins exchanged for 1 coin. Okay, so for every exchange that he makes, he loses 1 coin. So end of the day, he lost 12 coins. Means he made 12 exchanges, right? Means 12 exchanges, each exchange was 2 10 cent coins. So 12 times 2, 24. He had 24 10 cent coins at first. The teddy bear cost $50 before GST, and there was a 7% GST on the teddy bear. So we need to find the 107%. Price inclusive of GST is 100 plus 7. So few ways to go about. Maybe we can just find the GST first, okay? GST would be 35 out of 10, which is $3.50. So then we need to add it to the $50. $53.50. $28. Car rental charge. First 2 hours, $20. So he paid $116. How many hours did he pay for? So let me take out the first 2 hours. 116 minus 20. Left with 96. So this is 2 hours already. Now subsequent hour, every additional hour is 12. So 96 divided by 12, 8 hours. So total hours will be 8 plus the initial 2, 10 hours. Question 29. As you can see here, 40, makes up 2 breadths, right, of the rectangular box, of the smaller rectangular box. Okay, so which means 1 breadth is 20, right? So this is 20, this is 20, this is 20, this is 20, which means the length of the container is actually 80 cm. So if the length of the container is 80 cm and this is 20 cm, what is the length of each rectangular box? .30. Okay, what do they want us to find? The height of the gap in figure B. So if we know that this is 40 and this is 30, the gap therefore would be 10. Question 30. So each unit cube looks like that, with 18 cubes joined together, grouped together. Okay? So he has placed it this way in the glass box. So how many can he put in? How many did he use altogether? Alright? So he's going to add more. So we have one like that. See how many can he stack in front? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can stack 5 more. So which means over here on this side, he can actually stack 6 of these. Okay, and notice there's a space on top, so he can actually place one more flat on top. So on top there's one more here, and over here here's one lying down, right? So he can place them all similarly lying down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in total. This way he can place 6, and for this one he can place them in front this way. So let's count how many he can place now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as well. So he can place 6 in front of this one. So in total, 6, 6, 1, 6. 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 1, 19. How many unit cubes did he use? So you need to take 19 times 18. 342. He used 342 unit cubes.